The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas.
That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors.
The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley Agronomics, and if you want to maximize your yields and grow more, the country's best agronomists are here to answer your questions, help you find the right products, and take advantage of the newest technologies. Whether you farm 1,000 acres or you're just starting out, we will be here for everything you need to help your farm grow. We're proud to employ your neighbors and be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley Agronomics, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome in to Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Mike Christensen alongside Carter Christensen, and we're coming to you live from Kimberly, Idaho. Tonight we've got a matchup of two teams that have endured some early season trials and are eager for victory. The visiting Mountain Home Tigers started the season 2-0, but a rash of injuries, including a season-ending ACL for standout tight end Justin Swenson, has contributed to a rough couple of weeks for the Tigers, who are 2-2 and hoping to get back in the win column tonight.
Yeah, missing Swenson's going to be a big problem for Mountain Home, but hopefully they can just have a next man up mentality and come to bring it tonight.
John Tetrault, whose brother was a star for Mountain Home, is expected to fill some of that void. He's 6'5", he's got some size. Mountain Home will be without several starters, though, tonight. Swenson, running back Noah Slover, and starting lineman Elijah Goodell and Dimitri Munoz are all out tonight. We'll see what Mountain Home can do. The host Bulldogs of Kimberly are 1-3 this year after a 9-2 season a year ago, and they're looking to play a complete 4 quarters after struggling in the second half of back-to-back narrow losses.
Yeah, they've really struggled to sustain drives over the course of an entire game. They have their moments where they look like they can be really good football team, but they just got to put together a complete game.
For the second week in a row, Kimberly playing up to the 4A level against this Mountain Home team, and Rich Bishop, coach of the Bulldogs, said they will need to be physical against a bigger Mountain Home team and need to take advantage of their speed and athleticism at the skill positions. And I'll tell you what, Carter, Kimberly does have some great skill guys. Quarterback Keith Owens, running back Race Widmeyer, and receiver Gatlin Bear. Bear's got 36 catches for 575 yards and 8 TDs in 4 games.
Yeah, he's been really big for Kimberly. He's been their go-to guy down the field, and Mountain Home's got a really tough job to contain him.
Mountain Home's got their own excellent speedy receiver in Xavion Parker. He's 6'4". We've been impressed with him when we've seen him earlier this year, so it could be a really nice back and forth between those two at receiver and defensive back. So we look forward to a really great ball game tonight between the 4A Tigers and the 3A Bulldogs as we kick things off here in Kimberly in just a few moments. Homecoming night here in Kimberly. What does that do if you're Kimberly and it's homecoming night? Anything special there as the home team on homecoming?
It's always special at homecoming night. You know, you want to get a win to celebrate homecoming, and then have a loss is tough.
Well, we'll see how it goes. It really could be an interesting high-scoring game. Double wing offense for Mountain Home, and they are bigger up front. They have an all-state lineman. Coach Jim Clark's son, Gunnar Clark, is a senior lineman, and he is a big kid. He comes in weighing in at 6'3", 290, and really a good 2A lineman for the Tigers.
Yeah, he could present problems for Kimberly up front, but Kimberly loves to pass the ball, and they love to get the ball out early, which can often tire defensive linemen out, which I'm pretty sure will be their game plan tonight, to try to neutralize Gunnar Clark's ability to affect the game as much as possible.
Well, it'll be fun to watch that chess match, and if you do love defense, Kimberly's got a couple guys that are just piling up the tackles this year. Tennessee Owens and Michael Goff, linebackers. Goff's got 34 tackles, Owens right behind him with 32, and those guys love to get in and make plays for a young defense that's making strides. Kimberly, we were here last week. They lost a close game to Burley. They had a big lead early, 21-10, and ended up losing that ball game and had a chance in the late moments but couldn't quite punch it in to give themselves a shot at overtime. So they've played now 3 4A teams on the season with this matchup tonight against Mountain Home, so a team that loves to take on all comers in the non-conference. A lot of great games on IdahoSports.com tonight, including Burley, who we saw last week here in Kimberly. They're playing their rival Minico tonight. That's a great ball game there. And if you're interested in who these teams are playing next week, Mountain Home hosts Jerome in Great Basin 7 conference play, while Kimberly jumps into SCIC play, and they've got Filer on the road next week. So a big tune-up for Kimberly as they get ready for the Filer Wildcats a week from now, and we are just getting ready for the kickoff here with homecoming. A few extra festivities in the pregame, but we'll get underway here momentarily and should have a great football game for you between Mountain Home and Kimberly. You've seen both these teams on the season. As you look at it, knowing Mountain's home is shorthanded, do you feel like any team has a clear advantage going into this one?
I don't really see a team with a clear advantage. It would have been Mountain Home if they were at full strength with Swenson and their other linemen missing up front. But with those guys out, this could be really anybody's game.
We want to thank our sponsors who bring us tonight's game, including Act Towing, Butte Irrigation, Jack's Tire and Oil, and Wright Physical Therapy. We'll tell you more about each of them as the night goes along, and we get ready for the opening kick here on homecoming night in Kimberly. The Bulldogs and the Tigers, and the Bulldogs will receive first and try to get that high-powered offense out there, led by quarterback Keith Owens. And the Tigers ready to kick it away. And a little squib kick goes out of bounds. Taylor Pearson with the kickoff for the Tigers, but that'll be a flag with the ball bouncing out of bounds. And Kimberly will have the first opportunity tonight to get on the scoreboard. They'll take over at the 25-yard line. Senior Heath Owens is a 5'9", 160-pound QB. He's got a great target outside in Gatlin Bear number 1. Watch for him tonight. The wide receiver, he's to the near side here. And in the backfield, Race Widmeyer, great back. Some good linemen include Grant Murphy and Anthony Marchetto. And they will try to open up some holes for this offense and give Owens some time as they check the wristbands. 12 minutes to go on this first quarter clock. First drive of the night. Owens calls for it, hands it off to Widmeyer. He dances a little and gets about 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards there on first down to start the night for the Bulldogs. They may find tough sledding against a fairly big Mountain Home line, but that, again, Mountain Home missing a couple key linemen who usually make a difference for them. But you see Gunnar Clark there in the middle ready to plug some holes at 6'3", 290. That clock runs as the Bulldogs look to the sideline to get the signal. Owens with his first pass of the night, and it is complete. For a first down and more, up the sideline goes number 14, Jordan Flamling. Nice quick little route there, and he broke it up the sideline, and a huge gain for the Bulldogs. They are into Mountain Home territory all the way down to the 32 of the Tigers. What a huge gain there early in the ballgame. Flamling, a senior receiver, has been part of that passing game and had a few good catches on the season, but one of his bigger plays of the year right there. Great play. And we got kind of a diamond quad formation to the near side. 4 receivers here to the near side as Kimberly gets set to snap it. And it's a quarterback draw for Owens, and he picks up 3 or 4 to get inside the 30. We've got 11:10 to go in the first quarter of a scoreless game just underway here in Kimberly, Idaho. It's Magic Valley game night on IdahoSports.com. Thanks for joining us wherever you are around the world. Glad to have you with us for some high school football on a gorgeous September night here in Kimberly. The Bulldogs on the march. Snap to Owens, handoff to Widmeyer. He is tackled down in the backfield and loses a few that time. Nice tackle by Richard Wrench, number 14 for Mountain Home. Nice job by Wrench to get in the backfield and haul down Widmeyer for a loss. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. We got 10:25 to go, first quarter. You expect the Bulldogs to go to the air here?
Yeah, I do. That's where they had success on their first big play of the game. And yep, yeah, there we go.
And there we go across the middle, and another completion to Jordan Flamling. And that looks like that's going to be good for a first down. That'll move the change to the 21. Interesting that Gatlin Bear is usually the center of the passing game, and it looks like Mountain Home giving him a lot of attention, bracketing him with a DB and a safety, and Kimberly going away from him, using him in kind of as a decoy here early.
Yeah, when defenses really focus on one player, it gives an opportunity for a lot of other players to step up, which has obviously been Kimberly's strategy early.
9:50 to go as the Bulldogs march from the 21, a pass down the middle, and broken up. The matchup we told you might be a fun one. Xavion Parker, number 13 for the Tigers, and Gatlin Bear, number 1 for the Bulldogs in the matchup there. Parker able to break that ball up. Right on target, but a nice defensive play. That stops the clock at 9:44 to go in the first quarter. See if the Bulldogs can finish this drive and strike first. They've been a quick starter. They're just trying to get a full 4 quarters together and improve on that 1-3 record. Here comes some pressures. They set up a little screen play to Widmeyer. Breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet, and he could go, and that is a touchdown for the Kimberly Bulldogs. As Race Widmeyer takes the screen play, bounced off a defender who was right there. Looked like they could have had him immediately, but he's able to bounce away and haul some defenders into the end zone to put the Bulldogs on top 6-0 with 9:33 to go here in the first quarter. Nice play. Bulldogs going for 2. There's a quick pass out to Bear, and he is going to be wrapped up and hauled down around the 8 or 9 yard line, and that will fail on that 2-point try, leaving the score at 6-0 for Kimberly, but a good start as Widmeyer takes that screen pass into the end zone. $9:33 to go, first quarter. Magic Valley game night on IdahoSports.com. We remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Act Towing. Act Towing has what it takes to save you and your vehicle from any tight spot, whether you're in a garage downtown or stuck in the mountain snow. Their drivers have the training and skills to serve you. With highly skilled Wreckmaster certified drivers, Act Towing is prepared to help you through the unexpected. Act Towing specializes in classic cars and off-road recoveries. Call their friendly office staff at 208-375-3121 and get back on the road. Also, make sure to like them on Facebook, www.facebook.com/acttowing, or visit their website at www.boisetowtruck.com. From everyone at Act Towing, good luck in tonight's game. Yeah, we're ready for the kickoff here. Kimberly on the board with a 6-0 lead. 2.5 minutes to get on the board, and Number 41, Marlon Rodriguez, will kick it off for Kimberly. And 2 Tigers deep, including Parker, waiting for the kick. And we got a flag right away on that kickoff. So Kimberly crossing that 35 or 40 before the kick, and now they will kick from the 35. So this could be a good chance for Mountain Home to get a nice return with that offsides penalty on Kimberly. And they'll try it again here. Dylan Jalos and Xavion Parker back to receive. Parker, speedy, dangerous receiver and return man. We'll see if he gets an opportunity here, but they kick it over to Jalos. He takes it around the 6-yard line. He's got blockers in front of him. He's dancing. He goes to the outside. He gets around the defense, and he's got some room. He's at the 30. He's still in bounds at the 45 and knocked out near midfield. Takes a big shot, but a heck of a return by number 20, Dylan Jalos, a junior. He plays running back and DB for this Mountain Home squad, and a nice return. Turned the Jets on there to get around the corner and set up the Tigers with great field position. And they're going to mark him out right at midfield. They give him all the way to the 50 there. And with 9:22 to go, first drive of the night for the Mountain Home Tigers. Gunnar Clark, the all-state lineman at center for this Tiger team. His father, Jim Clark, the head coach. So it's been a tough season for this team between their COVID protocols and other injuries. Several knee injuries, season enders, have hurt this team as they've dropped 2 in a row. Snap goes to Winnings, the quarterback, and he keeps it. He's a big guy, Gus Winnings, 6'2", 15 at QB. He's a junior. Led the team to wins over Burley and Wood River. Their losses this year coming at the hands of Gooding and Minico. They lost 25-0 to the Minico Spartans last week, but Minico, the number 1 ranked 4A team in the state this week, and they're playing rival Burley tonight, so we'll try to keep tabs on that one for you. That's also available on IdahoSports.com if you want to go back and watch that one later. 4-yard gain on that first down, and here come the Tigers again. There's the snap, and the handoff goes on the jet sweep. And up near the first down goes number 8, Lauren Wright. We'll see quite a bit of Wright and Pearson tonight getting carries with starting running back out tonight. Normally we see quite a few carries for number 19, Noah Slover, but he is out of tonight's ball game. And so expect to see a heavy dose of Lauren Wright. And he gets the first handoff of the night right there to set up 3rd and 2 with 8:05 to go in this first quarter. Tigers with a packed backfield there. And they run it right up the gut, and they find some tough sledding, and a nice job by the Kimberly defense to step up there in the middle. Great job by the Bulldogs, including number 66, Grant Murphy, breaking that up and clogging that hole. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Tigers, 4th and 1 with 7:41 to go. They're trailing 6-0. Trying to spoil homecoming night for the Bulldogs, and this would be a big conversion right here. Again, a similar stacked backfield for the Tigers. Winnings is going to keep it. He gets around the outside, and he's not going to get it. They had all the backs and quarterback in the backfield, and they're unable to overpower Kimberly. Great job by the 3A Bulldogs to stand up to that big Mountain Home line and deny them. 7:14 to go, and it's a turnover on downs. Kimberly has the ball and a huge stop early.
Yeah, Kimberly got great push up front by their defensive line, not really allowing Winnings any gaps to sneak through for a first down.
Huge stop at the 40-yard line. Mountain Home on the run. I think they really missed their big tight end, Justin Swenson. He's probably their best target in the pass game. Haven't seen him go to the air yet tonight, and maybe that's some of the limitations they have without Swenson, who, boy, this team, Coach Clark said the Gooding game was extra rough for them. They lost 3 or 4 guys in that game to injury. There's a pitch to Widmeyer. He comes to the near side and gets a really nice gain on first down before he's wrestled out of bounds near the 48-yard line. It's going to set up a 2nd and short, and Kimberly on the march again as we near the midway mark of the first quarter. If you're Kimberly, you've got off to this 1-3 start. You're used to winning. Carter, how big would it be for them to jump out to a 2-score lead on this drive?
Oh, it would be huge because especially in games like this where the other team is kind of depleted and doesn't have a lot of depth at each position, getting up early can really deplete a team's morale and energy.
2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs. And we got whistles. And a timeout for Kimberly. They've been getting dangerously close to a delay game, so they take a timeout there. I'll tell you, we saw Mountain Home earlier in the year in the opener against Burley, one that they won on the road, and they had significantly more players on the sideline that night. So Coach Clark said with the tight COVID protocols in their school district, it's made it real difficult to know who they'll have day to day, and they often find out Thursday night who won't be available. So maybe a few guys missing on that sideline due to that circumstance. Contact tracing and whatnot. It's an interesting time we live in right now. Something everybody has to deal with as we navigate the pandemic. But so far, Kimberly navigating this first quarter quite well with a 6-0 lead, 6:16 to go, and they've got the ball near midfield and a 2nd and 3 as they try to take charge early. Come back to action here, 2nd and 3. And in the pistol is Owens. Hands it to Widmeyer. He bounces it to the right side. He finds a swarm of Tigers there, and he goes down. Gunnar Clark in there for the Tigers, along with number 24, John Tetrault. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. We will see if the Tiger defense can do to Kimberly what Kimberly just did to Mountain Home on the previous drive, with a 3rd and short coming up here. It'll be a big stop for Mountain Home as they try not to get down too far early in the first quarter. Clock running down to the 5:40 mark. There's a fake by Owens. Now he's going to keep it. Nice fake. He gets to the outside, and he could go. He's around the sideline. He's to the 15, 10, and out of bounds. And Owens, you love that little hesitation. He got to the outside, had one guy to beat, kind of pump faked and paused, and that was all he needed to get around the edge and get a huge gain. And the senior quarterback, Owens, made a beautiful play. And they're going to mark him way back at the 27. So we thought he got down closer to the 10 or 15, but he's going to be marked out at the 27-yard line. But a 1st down for the Bulldogs, and the march continues. 5:33 to go here in the first quarter on Magic Valley game night. Kimberly and Mountain Home. Snap, looking deep, throwing deep, stumbling, and incomplete. Parker matched up with Bear there, and looks like they got tangled up as he tried to make his cut to the inside, and that ball falls harmlessly to the turf with 5:27 to go in the first quarter. As we mentioned in the pregame, Bear has had a huge season so far. 36 catches on the year, 8 touchdowns. But tonight, yet to make a catch. We'll see if he can get involved here. Been targeted a couple times. And that pass is high and incomplete. Looking for Connor Laughlin, the tight end, the junior. Solid tight end for the Bulldogs. Usually involved in several pass catches each Friday night. And he unable to get to that one as it a little high, sails out of bounds with 5:22 to go. Brings up a big 3rd down for Kimberly from the 27.
Mountain Home's done well defending the air so far.
Really have. Kimberly's success has come on the ground, kind of through some broken plays. They set up another screen to Widmeyer, and again he's able to make guys miss, and again he's got a 1st down and then some. Race Widmeyer takes that screen pass. That has been effective for Kimberly. 2nd time they've done that. First one went for a touchdown. This one goes for a 1st down. And Widmeyer sets up the Bulldogs right at the 10-yard line. First and goal, Bulldogs, as they try to take charge against the visiting Mountain Home Tigers. Widmeyer in the pistol, Owens in the pistol with Widmeyer behind him. Laughlin comes in motion. Handoff goes to Widmeyer. He follows Laughlin and then gets to the outside and gets a nice gain on first and goal up near the 5. Setting up second and goal there from the 5-yard line. That running game really finding some success tonight for Kimberly here in the first quarter. Huge crowd on hand here at Kimberly. The stands on the home side are full as the Bulldogs celebrate homecoming. Always a packed house here at Kimberly. Great support from the city. And Owens is going to keep it and gets about half of what he needs to get to the goal line, almost down to about the 2-yard line. Setting up third and goal there with 4 minutes left in this first quarter as the clock runs. Widmeyer brings the play in to Owens. And the Bulldogs have a huge third down here. I imagine this is 4-down territory for them from the 2-yard line. Clock runs to the 3:45 mark as they await the play. Coach Bishop said the coaches really need to just put their players, he said, we've got a ton of talent, we've got a lot of potential, just need to put our guys in better position to have success after a 1-3 start. And so far they're doing that tonight. There's the handoff to Widmeyer, and he walks in. Untouched. Second touchdown of the night for Race Widmeyer. And with 3:29 to go here in the first quarter of play, Widmeyer with the 2-yard TD run. And the Bulldogs are in control at 12-0 here in the first quarter. Rodriguez puts the kick through the uprights. And it is 13-0. Nothing is our score with 3:29 to go first quarter. Kimberly, what a great start for the Bulldogs. On a special night, the field looks spectacular. Painted by Nathan Bishop. I believe he's Coach Rich Bishop's brother. And we've got a score from the Minico-Burley game. Burley leads the Spartans 8-0. So the number 1 rated team in 4A, Minico, is losing 8-0 to Burley. Ridgeview trails 6-0 against Middleton. A couple of scores to report for you there early. Got some great regional college football tomorrow. Utah State hosts Boise State. The Aggies undefeated. Boise State looking to get things going in conference after a tough 1-2 start. And that should be a dandy. And, of course, BYU at home with South Florida. 3-0, number 15 BYU off to a great start as well. 3:29 to go. Kimberly 13, Mountain Home 0. And it's an onside kick that takes a nice bounce but recovered nicely by the Tigers. Taylor Pearson hauls it in, number 32. Did a nice job catching that off the bounce.
Nice heads-up play by Pearson there.
That could have been disaster for the Tigers if Kimberly recovers that with a 13-0 lead, but big play. And now good field position at the 42. How important is this drive for the Tigers?
This is really the difference-making drive. Are they going to make a game out of it, or are they going to let Kimberly get a shot to go up 3 scores?
We'll see what the Tigers do as they line up. The 6'4 receiver, number 13, Parker, to the near side here. As quarterback Gus Winnings, number 17, gets his guys lined up. They love to load that backfield. And our first pass of the night is picked off. Gatlin Bear, and he is returning that ball inside the 30 to the 20 to the 10 to the house. And a pick 6 for Gatlin Bear, and disaster for the Tigers, who are seeing their night unravel quickly. 19-0 for Kimberly is Bear, who hasn't touched the ball on offense, finds a way to get it on defense and takes it to the house. About a 50-yard interception return for Gatlin Bear, and it's all Kimberly.
He read Winning's eyes all the way on that one.
And just 15 seconds after they scored, the Bulldogs score again. 3:14 to go here in the first quarter. Rodriguez out for another kick. It's up. It's good.
Extra point by Rodriguez is good.
And it's 20-0 here. And a Mountain Home team that had high hopes when the season started and started 2-0 is suddenly staring at a possible 2-3 record if they can't turn things around tonight. Kimberly has had a hard time playing a full 4 quarters, so this game far from over. But what a start for Kimberly. 20-0 here in the first quarter. And a nightmare for Mountain Home is Winning's first pass of the night, caught by the wrong team for him, and goes to the house. We remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Butte Irrigation. Butte Irrigation is a proud sponsor of Kimberly High School athletics. They have been working towards the goals of local farmers and growers in the Magic Valley for more than 38 years. Whether you are in the market for new pivot systems or need special attention to your current system, our staff is on hand at both stores with parts from the top brands and custom design solutions. Please give them a call at 208-423-5220 to set your appointment today. Go Bulldogs. And the folks at Butte got to be happy tonight with a 20-0 start by those Bulldogs, who are off and rolling. And Kimberly set to kick off again. Mountain Home desperate now to get something positive going. Busy night for Rodriguez between his extra points and kickoffs, and he gets ready to go again, number 41. Senior kicker, 5'10". Will boot it away. Kimberly tried an onside kick last time before that pick. We'll see what they come up with here. And he'll boot this one deep. Looks like Parker is going to chase it down, but it goes out of bounds, and we got a flag as that bounces out of bounds. It'll be a first down for Mountain Home coming up here, as they'll take over with 3:14 left in the first quarter, facing an uphill climb, down 20-0. You know, considering Mountain Home's a 4A team that's had some success this year, while they were shorthanded tonight, I think they felt like they had a great chance to come in here and beat Kimberly tonight. And boy, the Bulldogs off to a great start, Carter.
Yeah, Kimberly's really capitalizing on all of Mountain Home's mistakes, and Mountain Home just hasn't been able to really sustain any drives.
Yep, failed on 4th and 1 on their first drive of the night. Threw a pick on their second drive of the night, so a tough night so far. Turn it over on downs and turn it over on the INT. Pick 6 for Bear. 2 touchdowns for Widmeyer, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, and 1 for Bear, accounting for the 20 points for Kimberly. And they're going to re-kick here from the 35 this time with that penalty. It's Mountain Home looking for a spark. This time it's kicked down the middle, and Parker's going to chase that down around the 10 and see what he can do with it. He's got some room. He gets to the 25 and up near the 30, so a solid return by Xavion Parker. And that is where the Tigers will take over and see if they can get themselves on the board tonight. With 3:06 left in the first quarter here on Magic Valley game night. And we're grateful to have you here on IdahoSports.com. I'm Mike Christensen, joined by Carter Christensen, former all-conference lineman here in the Magic Valley. And here come the Tigers to the line, looking for some success. After that pick, I wonder if they'll keep it on the ground here, or if they'll get to the air again. And a quick pass to the outside, but no room there. And Kimberly brings it down just maybe shy of the line of scrimmage. Looked like Dylan Jalos on that catch. .240 to go, clock runs. And Tigers gonna need to test their resiliency tonight after this start. All Kimberly here in the first quarter. Winnings in the pistol, but it's a direct snap this time. But no room, and a great job by that Kimberly defense. Kimberly has given up a lot of points this year, but they've made strides each week trying to get that number down, and that defense is looking great tonight. Yeah, no gain there. Widmeyer with the tackle. 3rd and 10 with 2 minutes to go. Two receivers here to the near side, one to the far side. And Winnings probably going to the air here. He's back to throw. And he comes back across the middle. Oh, that's wrapped up. Yeah, let's say that's got to be a penalty there. Parker coming across the middle. And as he broke to the middle, he was wrapped up by Vinny Harlow, number 4, to prevent that completion. That stops the clock with 1:38 to go here in the first quarter. Let's see what we got. Hold on Mountain Home. Pass interference on Kimberly. Those will offset, and we'll replay that 3rd down with 1:38 to go. So just when you thought Mountain Home might get a break on that pass interference and have a chance to have a first down there, they've got to earn one here on 3rd and 10 from the 30-yard line. And this may be the biggest play of the night for the Tigers. If they have to punt here down 20-0 and all that momentum stays with Kimberly, it could just continue what's been a really rough start for the Tigers, who are desperate for something positive here.
Yeah, they could have really used that pass interference penalty, but of course they got in their own way again, like has been the theme for tonight.
He's got 3 receivers to the far side as Winnings takes the snap and he pitches it, and that's going to go nowhere. Taylor Pearson takes that toss and barely gets back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 4th down with 1:20 to go here in this first quarter. And a likely punting situation for the Tigers from their own 30. You know, Kimberly's been a fast starter this year, but boy, to lead Mountain Home 20-0 here in the first quarter. Great night for the Bulldogs on homecoming. They've looked sharp on both sides of the ball as Mountain Home kicks it away. A low line driver punt taken by Bear around the 34, and he'll dance to the right, gets past midfield. He's still on his feet, and he's still on his feet all the way down inside the 40. He might have even gotten down to the 35. A great return. About a 27-yard return on that punt, and Bear has yet to touch the ball on offense, but making a huge impact on this game with a pick 6 and a big-time punt return there to set his team up at the 37 with 48 seconds to go in this first quarter. Carter, I know you've had a chance to do some off-season workouts when you were preparing for your college days with Heath Owens, Kimberly quarterback. Any thoughts on what you've seen from him?
Yeah, he's looked great so far. He's super fast, super shifty.
The young man has put in a lot of work to get where he is. He hands it off here to his backfield mate, Widmeyer, who's breaking tackles and dragging defenders, and that's going to be a horse collar tackle. He was finally pulled down, but by the back of that jersey, continues for the Tigers. Nice run by Widmeyer, and they'll add a little bit to that. "15 yards in addition to that nice run by Widmeyer. It's a first down. And Kimberly looking for more to end this first quarter. They've still got 41 seconds to try to punch it in the end zone. And they line up here at the 16-yard line. Snap to Owens. He looks and throws it up to Bear, who's wide open. He's going to catch it. He's going to score it. And a nice throw by Owens. Lofted that ball to the outside, and Bear just kind of faded back and caught it. Parker out of position to make a play. And it's another score for Kimberly. And the Bulldogs have 26. The Tigers have nothing. And we've got 35 seconds to go in this quarter. As Rodriguez comes out for another extra point. It's going to be a fake and a 2-point try, and it's complete. Completed pass to number 10, Jarrett McMurtry. And that'll make it 28-0. What a start for Kimberly.
We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, including Jack's Tire and Oil. Established in 1947, Jack's Tire and Oil has earned a reputation for quality automotive and tire service delivered by a professional and friendly staff at an affordable price. Located at 172 Hankins Road South in Twin Falls, Jack's Tire and Oil looks forward to helping you with all your automotive and tire needs. Find out more by going to www.jackstireandoil.com. Jack's Tire and Oil is proud to support Kimberly football. Good luck in tonight's game. We would also like to thank Wright Physical Therapy. Wright Physical Therapy is a proud sponsor to Kimberly Sports. Get to the root of pain. Physical therapy clinics passionately serving across Idaho to get you out of pain with effective and lasting results. Call today to set up an appointment at 208-423-9999. Go Bulldogs.
Thank you, Carter. Grateful for all those local sponsors tonight making this broadcast possible here on Magic Valley Game Night. Tigers. Dylan Jalos takes that kick, runs it out around the 20 before he is wrestled out of bounds by McMurtry, who just had that 2-point catch, so a couple big plays in a row by him. Nice fake there by the Bulldogs to fake that extra point and make it 28-0. And we have 27 seconds left on the first quarter scoreboard as the Mountain Home Tigers come back on offense where they have not had much luck tonight. They've turned it over on downs, they've turned it over on an interception, and they've punted. So that's the 3 possessions for the Tigers. Kimberly has scored a touchdown on all of its offensive possessions and has a pick 6 tonight. Winning straight up the middle, trying to find some room, and he finds nothing. Mountain Home's got some size up front, of course, with Clark. Number 71, Jesus Sanchez Tapia is another big guy out there. But they are not having much luck against this Kimberly front, creating any room. Grant Murphy and company doing a nice job for the Bulldogs. If you look across that line, Caleb Child, number 54, has had a great quarter. Grant Murphy playing well. And the Kimberly Bulldogs lead at the end of one, 28-0. We'll take a short 30-second break and be right back with the second quarter here on Magic Valley Game Night.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Welcome back for the second quarter of play. Score update for you from around the state. Wood River and Buell tangling tonight. It's in the second quarter. It's 6-6. And Burley continues to lead Minico 8-0 in that one. Second quarter starts, 12 minutes on the clock. Kimberly 28, Mountain Home 0, and a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers, who aren't having much luck by ground or air tonight. Winning's back to throw. Finds a man out of the backfield, and that is complete. So Taylor Pearson hauls that in out of the backfield, the senior running back, and picks up a decent gain there on second down to bring up third and 5. And while Kimberly is piling up touchdowns, Mountain Home just hoping to get a first down here. Offensive production been hard to come by for the Tigers. (11:18 to go, second quarter of play. 28-0 is our score. Snap to Winnings, hands it off. A couple broken tackles there, but just too many red shirts in the backfield. Nice job by Widmeyer getting in the backfield. Lauren Wright made 2 guys miss, but there was just a swarm there, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 5. And I'll tell you what, this does not look like the Mountain Home team we watched a few weeks ago in Burley that was running all over the field, creating big holes, and doing a lot of really interesting plays out of that double wing formation. And tonight they're just having a tough time getting positive yardage. Gatlin Bear, who's got a receiving touchdown and a pick 6 tonight, awaits this kick. Took the last punt a long way as he bobbles this one around the 45, but then gets up and he's on his feet. And another huge return by Gatlin Bear. And the Mountain Home special teams just having a tough time making tackles. Seem to have people in position and just not wrestling them down. And another huge return sets up Kimberly with a 28-0 lead and 10:23 to go on the clock in the second quarter. And the Bulldogs looking for more from the 32-yard line as they come to the line. Number 25, Laughlin, the tight end, on the end of the line there, and 2 receivers here to the near side for Kimberly. Got McMurtry and Tyson Hall out there to the near side. And in that pistol formation, Owens takes the snap, hands to Widmeyer, and he is hit after a short gain. Maybe a yard, half a yard there. Not much sledding that time. Nice job by the Tigers. 10 minutes to go. Second quarter. Mountain Home only had 2 two-way players when they started the season. Now they have quite a few with the number of guys they've got out. Several sophomores stepping up to play tonight. Kind of a baptism by fire against a Kimberly team that is just 1-3, but really talented and eager to turn their season around. The pitch goes in the backfield there to Michael Goff. Usually know him for making a ton of hits and tackles from his linebacker spot. He takes that pitch and gets it back to the line. And this is the first time we've seen Kimberly struggle to move the ball on offense, as we've got a 3rd and 10 with 9:20 to go in the quarter. Heath Owens, he's going to throw it. He's got a man out there who's being held, and the flag comes out. Jordan Flamling, number 14, the receiver, was the intended target there. And he was unable to create separation because his jersey was being grabbed onto, and that flag comes out. And so Mountain Home, tough break there, just when they could have had a stop for the first time tonight. That penalty is going to keep this Kimberly drive alive. As the Kimberly student section comes alive, 9:05 to go in this first half of play. And Kimberly in command, 28-0. So that PI penalty moves the ball all the way down inside the 20. About the 18-yard line is where the Bulldogs will take over there with a 1st and 10. They have scored on every possession tonight, trying to stay perfect as the hard count brings the Tigers flying across the line, and that'll be another penalty on Mountain Home. And the yellow flags are starting to pile up for the Tigers, who are having a hard time playing disciplined, clean football tonight. First and 5, 8:50 to go. Handoff on the sweep to Flamling. He's going to fumble that ball, but it's picked up by Bear. He's going to backtrack outside the 30 and try to make something happen. And nice job getting it back near the line of scrimmage as he retreated all the way back near the 35-yard line. But a huge hit on that little sweep. Flamling took it and just got rocked. Had his legs taken out, fumbled that football. And he's going to come to the sideline a little shaken up there with 8:20 to go in the first quarter of play. And Kimberly facing 2nd and 5 from the 13. And an empty backfield. Sometimes we see that quarterback draw here for Kimberly as they go empty. Owens has 5 receivers out. including his star number 1 Bear here nearest to the sideline. And the pressure coming. He's going to scramble, and he's going to get ripped down. A nice sack by the Tigers. That is number 30, James Sable. Big play for Mountain Home, much needed, as they get a sack on 3rd and 5. And we've got 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Kimberly now faced with a long yardage situation of 3rd and 15 back from the 24 after that sack by Sable. Mountain Home, as we said, gone through some trials and injuries here in the last couple of weeks and playing shorthanded. And it's showing tonight as they're really struggling on the road at Kimberly. And that is a nice pass, but Laughlin unable to haul it in. Owens frustrated that one, didn't connect. Beautiful ball on kind of a little wheel route out of the backfield, and Laughlin right there, but the ball slips through his fingertips and stops the clock at 7:11 in the second quarter. And the 28-0 lead for Kimberly. They just lose Bear, the star receiver. And you can see the DB kind of caught looking in the backfield. And that is 3 consecutive touchdowns for Gatlin Bear. The sophomore wide receiver, 6'2", hauls it in with 7:04 to go. And that puts Kimberly up front 34-0 pending the kick by Rodriguez. Kick goes through, and with 7:04 to go in the second quarter, Kimberly has a 35-0 lead over the visiting Tigers. And maybe Kimberly's best half of football this season as they are rocking and rolling on homecoming night. Great night to do it with a packed house in the stands. Score update for you. The Minico Spartans, number 1 4A team in the state and a Great Basin member along with Mountain Home. They have a 10-8 lead on Burley, but that game is close. Burley off to a 3-1 start and hanging with the number 1 ranked Spartans. Idaho Falls leads Pocatello 8-7. And, of course, here we have a 35-0 score for Kimberly and Mountain Home. Wood River now leads Buell 12-6 in a matchup of a couple teams looking to get into the win column. We're grateful for all of our sponsors tonight. Act Towing, Butte Irrigation, Jack's Tire and Oil, and Wright Physical Therapy, all helping bring you the action tonight on Magic Valley Game Night as we stream around the world on IdahoSports.com. So wherever you're joining us, thank you for doing so. Mike Christensen and Carter Christensen, glad to have you. There's one college football game tonight, Wake Forest and Virginia. 34-17 Wake Forest lead there. As former BYU coach Bronco Mendenhall and his Virginia Cavaliers look like they're going to head to their second straight loss. They trail big against a pretty good Wake Forest team that's undefeated. So we'll see what Mountain Home can come up with here. They've had a tough first half. They trail 35-0. They have not managed to do much with the ball. And what was an explosive offense early in the season is having a hard time gaining any traction tonight.
You can tell that they really miss Zach Swenson in the passing game, not only as an option through the air, but also his blocking skills on the ground.
The quick screen pass. Damian Figgett was open there for that quick pass, and it bounced right out of his hands, and that was hanging in the air for a bit. Boy, if Kimberly had come up with that one, would have added some more insult to injury for the Tigers. 7 minutes even to go in the second quarter of play of a 35-0 game. Almost every game, Carter, that you and I have had this year has gone down to the wire. This may break that streak. Every ball game we've had has been a close one in the fourth quarter, other than maybe Burley pulling away from Buell late. But this one looks like it's going to be a rout at this point. Quick pass by Winnings, and that's complete up to the 25-yard line. And hauled in there by number 30, James Sable. He had the sack earlier for Mountain Home, so Sable's been a bright spot. Gets the reception there to go with a sack on the last possession, but On 4th down on that last Kimberly possession, it's 4th and long, and they go for it, and Mountain Home leaves Bear, the star receiver, wide open. And Kimberly adds to its giant lead. Tell you a little more about Owens, that quarterback, when they come back on offense. He's got some great stats this year. He's already over 1,000 yards throwing this year, and added to his touchdown total with that last one. Winnings fakes the handoff. Keeps that football, trucks a couple defenders, and he's got a first down for the Mountain Home Tigers out past the 30, up to about the 33-yard line with 6:10 to go. And Mountain Home trying to get something positive. How big would it be for the Tigers to get a scoring drive here to end this half?
It would be nice, but, I mean, this one's not looking so good.
35-0 they trail, and that may be their first down of the night. And they come to the line with that bunched backfield. Parker, the only wideout. Could be a good time for a one-on-one matchup outside, but they go direct snap and pick up just a couple. Taylor Pearson helping fill in for the injured Noah Slover. Slover, a junior running back who has had a good season, and now he's out with injury. A depleted Mountain Home team having a hard go tonight on the road to Kimberly. This is a Bulldog team that year in and year out under Rich Bishop is a really good 3A team, always in the mix for the playoffs and having a chance to contend for the 3A state title. And this year just 1-3 with a tough early schedule and breaking in a young defense. Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like they're starting to get things figured out, and they are dominating tonight against a 4A program in Mountain Home. Winnings down the field. He's got Parker. Parker is open, and Parker hauls it in inside the 30. And the first explosive play of the night for the Tigers, who have had a hard time moving the ball. Beautiful pass by Winnings. And Parker, the speedy 6'4 receiver, gets down the field and hauls in that pass. And with 4:50 to go, Mountain Home has the ball just outside the 25 and a chance to get on the board here if they can complete this drive. Kimberly has done a great job defensively tonight, but they just surrendered 2 first downs in a row to Mountain Home, which is finally starting to find its traction, and Winnings keeps the ball right up the middle. Looked like he had some room initially, but then he is pushed back. They're going to mark him with just a small gain of a yard or two. And the clock nears the 4-minute mark left in the half. As dusk settles here on Kimberly and what's just a gorgeous night for some high school football. We are glad to bring it to you on IdahoSports.com. Former All-Conference lineman Carter Christensen joining me. Mike Christensen as we bring you the broadcast. Father-son duo on the headsets tonight, watching a great Kimberly performance against Mountain Home. And Winnings looked like he maybe wanted to pitch that, taken away. And he finds no gain on that play. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. And this drive, after that nice pass to Parker, it looks like it may stall out here. And a key 3rd down for Mountain Home here.
And we know, having watched this Mountain Home team before, that they don't have a reliable place kicker. So this is really touchdown or bust for the Mountain Home Tigers.
Probably 4-down territory, especially with this deficit. Winnings goes to the air. He's got Parker, and he's unable to get back to the ball. They're going to throw a flag there. Looked like Parker kind of outran that pass and then tried to fight his way back to the ball that was a little underthrown and a defender in the way, and that earns the PI penalty and will keep this drive alive for Mountain Home, which gets a break. The Tigers have had plenty of penalties themselves tonight and lots of miscues, and they are the beneficiary of that flag. And that'll give them a first down. 2 minutes, 51 seconds to go as the Tigers try to get on the board before intermission. Winnings in the pistol with Wright beside him, and that ball squirts out of his hands. He finds it, scrambling around, but a big loss on the play. The ball a little hot coming in and just squirted right through his hands and over his head. He's fortunate to be able to scoop that up, but that's going to create a loss of 7 there. Tough break for the Tigers, who just picked up a first down with that penalty. And we're down to 2.5 minutes in the half. Play comes in as the Tigers huddle up around the 30-yard line. And boy, they need something positive here going into the locker room. Start to get some belief. You can just see a kind of a dejected look, not a lot of energy on the field or the sideline for the Tigers. And that ball is going to be incomplete. So the receiver fell down trying to throw that quick out. While we got a pause here, we'll remind you that Buell and Wood River playing tonight, and Buell leads 22-12. So that would be the first win of the year for the Indians if they can hang on to that one. Former Twin Falls coach Alan Reynolds taking over the Buell program this year, looking for his first win after a tough early schedule. 3rd down and 18, 1:56 to go. And Winnings is going to roll out to the right. Look for someone, find somebody. No, he's going to throw a pick, and that ball is picked off by the Bulldogs. And it's going to pop out at the end, but I think it's going to stay with Kimberly. Vinny Harlow with the pick as they looking for a score there. Picked off just outside the goal line, and Kimberly has the ball with 1:44 to go, and more bad news for Mountain Home. That is the second interception of the night for Winnings, who had the one nice long pass to Parker to set that up, but now another pick, and the Tigers are still shut out. It's interesting to see how aggressive Kimberly comes out here. They're up 35-0 late in the half. See if they run or attack and try to add to that point total before intermission. And back to throw is Owens. He's got a man down the middle and overthrows him. Jordan Flamling wide open running down the middle. That could have gone to the house, but the pass about 5 yards over his head.
I think they're still trying to score.
Looks like the Bulldogs will be aggressive here. 1:40 to go. 2nd and 10 from the 8-yard line, and boy, they lost Jordan Flamling, and he would have had a touchdown there if that ball had been on the money. So he told you it's been a great season for Owens. He comes in completing more than 60% of his passes. He's thrown for 1,093 yards coming into tonight, certainly added to that tonight, and had 13 passing TDs coming into the night. He's added a couple more to that total, and his receiver falls down there. And again, looking for Flamling as he goes to the turf, and the ball falls incomplete to bring up 3rd and 10. Interesting that this late in the half with a big lead, consecutive throws for Kimberly and stopping that clock. See what they come up with on 3rd down. Do you expect another pass here?
I mean, it's 3rd down and long. You might as well pass it, I guess.
They've got some weapons. And 2 receivers to either side as the senior quarterback Owens awaits that snap, takes it. Scans the field, throws down the middle to Widmeyer and out of his hands. So he was there, and the ball just bobbled and dropped, and that'll stop the clock with 1:31 to go. So 3 straight incompletions for Kimberly.
The clock being stopped has been rare in this game so far, and we've got 3 straight clock stoppages.
Yep, that clock's been running with successful running game of Kimberly and a lot of completed passes. First half almost over, less than an hour into this one. And that punt is going to get a nice Kimberly bounce all the way to midfield, stayed in bounds, and bounced a good 10 to 15 yards. And Mountain Home will take over an inch or two inside their own territory, just shy of the 50. facing a 35-0 deficit. They've got a minute 21 to see if they can get on the board and try to salvage something from what's been a fairly miserable first half for the Tigers. This game had a 28-0 score at the end of one quarter, and Kimberly has added one more score here in the second. And Mountain Home looking to get on the board. Winning's back to throw, and he's going to heave one downfield. He's got Parker. Bear is there. Parker's there, and that ball falls incomplete. Looked like Bear might have had another interception. He's already got one that he took to the house tonight. And he out-jumped Parker. Nice job by Bear to break that one up. He had it in his hands, but the ball falls to the turf. He loses his helmet on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Nice arm there by Winnings. Really threw a great ball there all the way down near the goal line. And that ball was 55, 60 yards in the air on a rope, but unable to bring it in. Now we got a really interesting matchup between number 13 Parker and number 1 Bear, who are often matched up on opposite sides of the ball as receiver and DB. Quick pass there by Winnings and a few yards on the pass game. So just a gain of a few there. I believe that was Mason Scoville, number 40, who hauled that in for the Tigers. 45 seconds to go. The clock is running. And we're about to go to intermission. And it's all Kimberly in the first half. 35-0. The Bulldogs are rolling. And we hit the 30-second mark as the Tigers break that huddle. Face a 3rd and 7 from the 47. 2 receivers to either side. Winnings takes the snap. Looking downfield, finding no one. Great coverage in the secondary. He finally heaves it deep. He's got a man there, and that's going to be out of bounds. He's got an arm. He can really throw it deep, but that ball sailing a little out of bounds, and that leaves 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now, we told you Kimberly had some great skill position players, and Widmeyer scored the first 2 touchdowns. The running back, Race Widmeyer, had a receiving touchdown and a running touchdown, and then Gatlin Bear took over from there with a 50-yard pick six, a 16-yard reception, and a 24-yard reception. And the Tigers, between those 2 stars, have a 35-0 lead, or the Bulldogs have a 35-0 lead over the Tigers. With 9 seconds to go in a lopsided first half. We'll have some great messages from our sponsors at intermission, and we'll get you ready for the second half here momentarily. But as we wind down this half, Winnings looks down the middle, and he's going to overthrow his man, and that'll fall incomplete with 1 second to go in this half. He does have a strong arm, just having a hard time connecting with his receivers as he was looking for James Sable there down the middle, and a yard or 2 overthrown to bring up a 4th and 7 to end the half. The Tigers hoping for a miracle. See if they can make something happen. They're good. Just gonna looks like they're. Well, Kimberly's not going to kneel this down. Maybe they'll be aggressive and throw it downfield to add to this. So they take over on downs at the 47, their own 47, 53 yards from pay dirt. And based on how the first half has gone, they just could score here. We'll see what they do. 4 receivers in the pattern, and we're going to have a sack there to end the half. So the Bulldogs did come out aggressive, 5 receivers in the pattern, but a nice sack by the Tigers, who see if they can take that into the locker room and find some energy and momentum. But it's 35 for Kimberly, 0 for Mountain Home. Any thoughts on what we saw here in the first half, Carter?
Just a great explosive start for Kimberly. Let's see if they can play a full 4 quarters this time and try to keep this 35-0 lead.
Well, we head to intermission, bring you some messages from our sponsors, and we'll be back to get you ready for the second half in just a moment. Thanks for joining us on Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley Agronomics, and if you want to maximize your yields and grow more, the country's best agronomists are here to answer your questions, help you find the right products, and take advantage of the newest technologies. Whether you farm 1,000 acres or you're just starting out, we will be here for everything you need to help your farm grow. We're proud to employ your neighbors and be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley Agronomics, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome back to halftime here in Kimberly, Idaho. Homecoming for the Bulldogs, and they've got a 35-0 lead as they announce their homecoming court here in an extended halftime. And a jubilant mood here in Kimberly is a great night for homecoming. Beautiful weather, and they're loving what they're seeing on the football field as a packed house here on the home side is enjoying a 35-0 lead. Few score updates for you. At halftime, Minico 10, Burley 8, and that one quite close as Burley hosts that. The Twin Falls Bruins continue to have a successful season, and they have a 28-10 lead against Century on the road at halftime. So a nice game there. As we mentioned, Buell leading Wood River as well with a 10-point lead in that one. And, of course, here the Kimberly Bulldogs lead 35-0. And got about 7 minutes until the game comes back for the second half. So we'll play just a few more spots for you, and then we will come back for the second half of action here in Kimberly, Idaho, as Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com rolls on. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a few minutes.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley Agronomics, and if you want to maximize your yields and grow more, the country's best agronomists are here to answer your questions, help you find the right products, and take advantage of the newest technologies. Whether you farm 1,000 acres or you're just starting out, we will be here for everything you need to help your farm grow. We're proud to employ your neighbors and be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley Agronomics, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as
Welcome back here on IdahoSports.com, Magic Valley Game Night. Mike Christensen and Carter Christensen bringing you the action tonight between Kimberly and Mountain Home in this non-conference battle. 35-0 is our halftime score. The Bulldogs firmly in control of this one on homecoming night. The field looks great, and the team looks great thus far as they jump out to a great start. And we wanted to remind you of our great sponsors tonight bringing you the action. Right Physical Therapy. Right Physical Therapy is proud to sponsor Kimberly Sports. Get to the root of your pain. Physical therapy clinics passionately serving across Idaho to get you out of pain with effective and lasting results. Call today to set up an appointment at 208-423-9999. Go Bulldogs. Jack's Tire and Oil, established in 1947. Jack's Tire and Oil has earned a reputation for quality automotive and tire service delivered by a professional, friendly staff at an affordable price. Located at 172 Hankins Road South in Twin Falls, Jack's Tire and Oil looks forward to helping you with all of your automotive and tire needs. Find out more by going to www.jackstireandoil.com. Jack's Tire and Oil is proud to support Kimberly football. Good luck in tonight's game. And so far, plenty of luck for those Bulldogs.
We'd also like to thank Butte Irrigation. Butte Irrigation is a proud sponsor of Kimberly High School athletics. They have been working towards the goals of local farmers and growers in the Magic Valley for more than 38 years. Whether you are in the market for a new pivot system or need special attention to your current system, our staff is on hand at both stores with parts from top brands and custom design solutions. Please give them a call at 208-423-5220 or to set up your appointment today. Go Bulldogs. We'd also like to thank Act Towing. Act Towing has what it takes to save you and your vehicle from any tight spot, whether you're in a garage downtown or stuck in the mountain snow. Their drivers have the training and skills to serve you. With highly skilled Wreckmasters certified drivers, Act Towing is prepared to help you through the unexpected. Act Towing specializes in classic cars and off-road recoveries. Call their friendly office staff at 208-375-3121 and get back on the road. Also make sure to like them on Facebook at facebook.com or visit their website at www.boisetowtruck.com. From everyone at Act Towing, good luck in tonight's game.
I'm grateful for all of our local sponsors bringing us the action on Magic Valley Game Night. Thank you so much. As we get ready for the third quarter of play. And Kimberly has had a tough time in the second half of recent weeks. One of their goals was to finish. They're firmly in control here, so they could probably handle some struggles in the second half tonight. Mountain Home has been unable to get anything going. Thrown a couple interceptions and just managed a few first downs in that first half, where Kimberly scored 5 touchdowns, 4 by the offense. Heath Owens, 3 touchdown passes. Gatlin Bear, 3 touchdowns himself. Race Widmeyer, a couple of touchdowns. And Kimberly playing well on both sides of the ball. That defense really making life hard on the visiting Tigers of Mountain Home, and it'll be Mountain Home's chance to get the ball first in this second half. Now we'll see if they got some inspiration in that halftime locker room, if they can come out and get something going here to start this third quarter of play. They trail by 5 touchdowns as the kick goes deep and is taken. Jalos bobbles it, finds it near the goal line. Brings it to the near side, and there's a lot of red shirts over there, and he goes down inside the 15-yard line and taken down around the 12, and that's where Mountain Home will start its first drive of the second half with 11:51 to go in the third quarter. And an uphill battle for the Tigers who need some positivity here as we start the third quarter. Carter, as a former player, if you're in a situation like this where you're down big at halftime, how do you muster the resiliency to come out and keep fighting in the second half?
It's really hard, especially when you're down by this much, but you just got to dig deep, got to give it your all on every play, not focus on the scoreboard as much.
And there's that spinning play we told you about pregame. We didn't see that at all in the first half. Kind of a fun play they run out of that double wing offense. Winnings takes the ball, spins around in the circle with some fake handoffs, and then runs up the gut. He had some good luck with that earlier in the year, and he gets 4 yards here on first down to bring up 2nd and 6 with 11:30 to go in this third quarter. Parker, the lone receiver, out in the set. A loaded backfield for the Tigers, and another spinning play by Winnings, but this time he hands it off. And fighting ahead for a couple of yards. The Tigers will face a third down now after a short run there by Taylor Pearson, number 32. 3rd and 3 for Mountain Home. And, you know, that little spinning play was kind of Mountain Home's bread and butter when we watched them the first time this year, and surprised it was totally absent there in the first half. 3rd and 3 from the 20. Tigers would love nothing more than to take this down the field and get a score. Another spinning handoff, and this time it goes to Jalos, and he goes around the far side. He's got a first down and more. And this is the offense we kind of expected to see, and it was pretty vanilla there in the first half. They're kind of bringing out more of the creativity here in half number 2. And a first down for the Tigers. Nice fake there and getting wide around the outside. This is a rare night here in the Magic Valley area where we have 2 broadcasts on IdahoSports.com, 2 different games going on. Kimberly Mountain Home we're bringing to you here, and Minico and Burley tangling tonight. And a nice run, almost a first down by Winnings. And every play of this drive has been that spinning play with different things coming off of it. Winnings keeping it, handing it off, bringing it to the receiver coming in motion. And so far it's working for the Tigers. And they're going to give him a first down on that. They're going to say that was a full 10 yards and a first down. And so with 9:50 to go, Mountain Home driving.
That spinning play is what worked so well for them in week 1. So it's interesting that we're just starting to see it in the second half, especially with how much their offense has struggled.
Now Winnings back to throw, throws it wide to Jalos. He drops it, falls on it, but that's going to be an incomplete pass, I believe. Yep, ruled an incomplete pass, forward pass, and brings up 2nd and 10. 9:34 to go in this one. If you're curious about Minico and Burley, they are still in a close one. Minico 10, Burley 8. As that one is into the second half as well. And here a little more lopsided, 35-0. Kimberly in firm control, looking to add a victory to their homecoming celebration. Winnings in the pistol. 1 back, 4 receivers. And he decides to keep that one. He and Pearson kind of fought over that. That was a read option play there, and Winnings decided to pull it, and he got wrestled down and loses some ground there to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and about 11. It looks like Minico has added a field goal to go up 13-8, but still very much up in the air in that ball game. And Mountain Home trying to start to make this one a ball game. They're going to need to have a great second half. We're 3 minutes in to this second half of play, and they are on the move around their own 32-yard line, trying to keep this drive alive with a key 3rd and 10 and 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and we got flags as that play gets started. going to be a false start on the Tigers and pushing back 5 yards. So already a tough situation with 3rd and a long 10, and now it's going to be 3rd and a long 15. And while this one may be out of reach for the Tigers, they're looking to get something positive going as they prepare to go back into conference play next week. Both of these teams have conference ball games next week. Mountain Home hosting Jerome. Tigers have been winless this season heading into tonight, and Kimberly has Filer. So both teams with big conference games they're trying to gear up for and see what they can do this second half. Winnings rolls out, lofts the ball down the middle of the field, and it's caught. That ball just kind of thrown up for grabs, a jump ball in the middle of the field, and it is hauled in by James Sable, who has been the man tonight for Mountain Home. He has really been their playmaker on both sides of the ball, and he manages to pull that in, bobbled it a touch, but he's got a first down for the Tigers at the Kimberly 36. And Mountain Home starting to find a little traction. Into the first half, they moved the ball a bit and stalled, and now moving it here, but just a way slow start, and now it looks like that ball's going to come back. So just when you thought you had some good news for Mountain Home, a flag will wipe out that big gainer. Holding on Mountain Home will wipe out a big play with 8:11 to go. And it's going to be first and, well, they had the 1st and 10 marker up, but I think that's going to make it 3rd and a mile, right?
Every time Mountain Home has a good play, either the refs just love to take it away with a flag.
Tough break there on the holding penalty. That's kind of been their night when they have had something positive happen. They haven't executed cleanly, and the laundry has come out. And it's a long yardage situation for the Tigers here from their own 16. So they made it to the Kimberly 36, and now their own 16 after the holding penalty. Winnings back to throw. Looking down the field as he's going to throw short on this 3rd down play, and that's going to go nowhere. Scoreboard says first down, but I believe that was a 3rd down after that penalty. And so a punting situation for the Tigers. And Kimberly will get the ball right back, looking to add to its gigantic 35-point cushion. Are you surprised at how Kimberly has dominated this game?
I am. Kimberly has struggled so far this season, and I thought with Mountain Home's size that they might give Kimberly a lot of trouble, but Kimberly's hasn't really been affected by their Mountain Home size up front. They've really won the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense.
They definitely have. They've dominated this football game in every way on their way to this 35-0 lead that they held at halftime. And scoreless so far in the 3rd quarter with 7:33 to go, and Kimberly will take over right near midfield. Bulldogs have played well. And looking for more. Senior quarterback Keith Owens is out there, ready for this snap. He's got Widmeyer beside him. He hands it to Widmeyer, and maybe a yard up the gut. Nice job by the Tigers to wrestle him down. Looks like Jesus Sanchez Tapio was in on that stop for the Tigers. But the ball inches into Mountain Home territory just past the 50-yard line.
Looks like Widmeyer got rolled up on that play. He's limping off the field.
And looks like they're going to take a look at that, maybe pull out the tape with the trainer on the sideline and take a look at that ankle for him. Tough break for that talented running back for Kimberly. He's had a good night, scored the first 2 touchdowns of this ball game, but the senior on the sidelines now. And filling his shoes is Michael Goff, the sophomore linebacker, and coming in on the offensive side and getting a nice run there in the backfield. 6-yard gain to bring up 3rd and 3 for Kimberly. So Goff steps right into Widmeyer's shoes and has a good first play there. Bulldogs get lined up for a 3rd down here as we hit the halfway point in quarter number 3. About 6 minutes to go in this quarter. And jumping off sides
Kimberly also jumped too. We'll see where they side on this.
They're going to call it false start. So Kimberly moved, causing the mountain home jump. Good eye, Carter. And going backwards is Kimberly. Kimberly with a new quarterback in the game with this big cushion here in the third quarter. Number 21, Jorge Godinez, the sophomore. 5'11". Normally plays wide receiver and defensive back, but with a 35-0 lead, Owens may be done for the night. And the sophomore comes in and throws it downfield to Bear, and he's got the catch. And he is hauled down inside the 10 at the 5-yard line, saving that touchdown, number 7. Caden Sykes makes the tackle, but he got beat down the sideline, and a great first play for the sophomore, Jorge Godinez. And he's got a nice long reception, and he's got Kimberly in business at the 5-yard line as they look to punch it in with a 35-0 lead and 5:30 to go in the third quarter. They await the play here. Back to throw. And across the middle and incomplete. Into traffic, flamming the intended target there. There was a lot of bodies there. And that ball a little high and incomplete. Kimberly awaits the play here. Looking to add to a 5-touchdown lead. We remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Act Towing, Butte Irrigation, Jack's Tire and Oil, and Wright Physical Therapy. And there's a handoff and some tough sledding there. Whitmire back in the game. Came to the sideline briefly after getting rolled up on that ankle. He's back in there. And he's hobbling, though, after getting up from that play. A couple other scores around the state of interest. Skyline 19, Bonneville 0. Minico leads 13-8 over Burley. Twin Falls 28, Century 10. Pocatello 14, Idaho Falls 11. Middleton leads Ridgeview 21-7. And Emmett leads Nampa 20-10. Lewiston and Sandpoint tied at 7 apiece. Shelley over Hillcrest. And Buell leads Wood River 30-12. And we got a flag as this play tries to get underway. 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line for Kimberly. And that's going to be an offsides. Lining up in that neutral zone is Mountain Home. And that'll make it 3rd and goal from the 3 with 4.5 minutes to go as the clock starts again after that penalty. Three players in the backfield there for Kimberly. Godinez has 2 backs. Now they shift out wide and they go to 4 receivers to the near side. Goff comes in motion. Now they throw to the other side, and that is complete for a touchdown for the Kimberly Bulldogs. And the backup quarterback comes in and throws a TD pass. And Kimberly has added to its cushion, making it 41-0 here on Magic Valley game night. Nice formation there. They put all the attention there with 4 receivers to one side, ran the quick slant with the lone receiver to the other side, and a nice throw and catch there. And Godinez has his first touchdown pass of the night here with the backup quarterback. And with 4:01 to go in the third, that 3-yard touchdown pass and kick by Rodriguez makes it 42-0 for Kimberly.
Raffle tickets will be sold tonight during the first 3 quarters of the game. Tickets are $5 each or $5 for 20. They're raffling gift basket. First entry at the KHS Greenhouse and more. There's also $20 raffle tickets.
All right. We remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Act Towing. Act Towing has what it takes to save you and your vehicle from any tight spot, whether you're in a garage downtown or stuck in the mountain snow. Their drivers have the training and skills to serve you with highly skilled Wreckmaster certified drivers. Act Towing is prepared to help you through the unexpected. Act Towing specializes in classic cars and off-road recoveries. Call their friendly office staff at 208-375-3121 and get back on the road. Also make sure to like them on Facebook, facebook.com/Act Towing, or visit their website at www.boisetowtruck.com. From everyone at Act Towing, good luck in tonight's game. Kimberly ready to kick off again. 42-0 lead, 4:01 to go, third quarter here on IdahoSports.com, and the Tigers will take that around the 25. And a nice return, and this could go to the house. Oh, my goodness, number 8 for the Mountain Home Tigers takes that kickoff. Lauren Wright runs it all the way back to the house, and Mountain Home is on the board for the first time tonight with a 75-yard kickoff return. And some good news for the Tigers, who were at a 42-0 deficit before that kickoff return. They haven't done much on offense, but their special teams gets them on the board. And a nice touchdown run by Wright. Great special teams play by the Tigers there. Minico stretching its lead, 20-0 now, or 20-8, excuse me, over Burley. So Spartans, number 1 ranked in 4A, starting to pull away there. And here it's 42-6 Kimberly, but the Tigers are on the board and setting up for an extra point. After that 75-yard kickoff return by Lauren Wright, cut right up the middle and was off to the races. And the kick is going to be blocked.
The extra point attempt is no good.
And that'll leave the score at 42-6 with 3:48 to go in the third quarter of play. And Kimberly firmly in control of this one. But nice for Mountain Home to get on the board there with that special teams play. And Wright, a junior, plays running back and defensive back. And that 5'11 junior takes it to the house to get the visiting Tigers and their fans excited to have some points. And what was a shutout to that point. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Wright Physical Therapy. Wright Physical Therapy is proud to sponsor Kimberly Sports. Get to the root of your pain. Physical therapy clinics passionately serving across Idaho to get you out of pain with effective and lasting results. Call today to set up an appointment at 208-423-9999. Go Bulldogs. All right, Taylor Pearson will kick this ball off for Mountain Home. Senior boots it and bobbled and dropped there by Flamley. He's going to hand it back to Bear, and Bear's going to cut it to the outside. He's to the 30. He's got a block. He's to the 40, and he's going to get spun around and thrown forward almost near midfield. What a return by Gatlin Bear, who's been a busy man tonight. He's been in the end zone 3 times and several good returns. That kickoff return sets Kimberly up with great field position near midfield. He had a couple of solid punt returns in the first half that played a big role, and he's definitely putting his name in the ring for our player of the game tonight. 42-6 Kimberly. 3:34 to go, third quarter. And that's going to be incomplete, but that could be. No, oh, the flag comes in late there.
The pass was intended for Georgia Flamley. There's a flag on the field. It is waved off.
So they're going to say no flag there. Looked like may have been some early contact. The Kimberly crowd definitely thought there was early contact.
It was within 5 yards, so the defender is allowed to have as much contact as he would like. Those are the rules.
There we go. So that short pass, contact allowed, and thus the flag waved off. So back to throw. Godinez rolls out, finds his man, but it's dropped. And Connor Laughlin, the junior tight end, trying to haul that in, but off his fingertips. Brings up a 3rd and 10. with 3:25 to go.
All right, so
Heath is 21.
Heath Owens is 21 now.
And George is 22.
George is 22. Yeah. That'll make a lot more sense.
All right, so that brings up 4th and 10 and another passing down, and down the field they go, and that ball incomplete on 4th down from midfield. And looks like we just had a jersey swap there, not a quarterback swap, so Heath Owens now wearing number 21 in the backfield for Kimberly. And his pass on 4th down comes up incomplete. And that'll turn the ball over to Mountain Home right at midfield. So Tigers just got a touchdown on special teams and looking to add to it. So Owens stays in the game. We just had a number change there. Just got that clarified for us. Mountain Home leading 42-6 with 3:13 to go in this quarter. And Gus Winnings, the junior quarterback, leads the Tigers out. They're looking for their first offensive points of the night. High snap, he handles it, keeps it, and he gets to the line of scrimmage where he is rustled down by the defense. Michael Goff in there first, and then gets some help from Grant Murphy. Murphy comes up hobbled a little bit, made a nice play to throw Winnings down. Winnings a big kid, 6', 215. Tough to bring down, but Goff and Murphy handle it nicely as they've done most of the night here. Kimberly probably having their best defensive night of the season. Mountain Home comes in 2-2 on the young season. Started 2-0. They've lost 2 in a row. Kimberly started 1-1. They're on a 2-game losing streak, having lost to Declo in overtime and here at home to Burley last week. Both really close games where they struggled to finish in the second half. And no trouble tonight. Firmly in control, but that penalty will push Mountain Home back. That's kind of been the story of the night for the Tigers. They've got 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the third quarter as they look to make something happen, but going backwards here to bring up 2nd and 14 from their own 46. Winnings in the pistol, and another flag. And this time it's going to be on Kimberly, it looks like. Offsides, lined up in that neutral zone, and they'll move them back. So they lose 5 yards on the false start, gain it back on the offsides penalty to bring up 2nd and 9 from the Kimberly 49. Magic Valley game night will take a week off next week, but we'll be back in a couple weeks with more great action here in the Magic Valley. Our first chance to go up and see the Gooding Senators coming up here in a couple weeks, and look forward to that. 3A power. And that should be a fun night when Kimberly and Gooding tangle later this season. Clock is running. It's down to 1:30 to go in the third quarter. 3rd down, 7 for Mountain Home. In Kimberly territory, see if they can make something happen here. They have had tough sledding all night on offense. Very little room to run, and the passing game has been hurt by penalties on a couple of completions that they've had. And nice job by Kimberly to hold Xavion Parker in that passing game in check. He's a great receiver, but not finding much room. And that's going to be a completion, and then some. There's room, and this could go, but it's going to be a nice catch by Sable, who's had a great night for Mountain Home. And he gets down near the 10-yard line in traffic, hauling that pass in and trying to break it. And Kimberly wrestles him down around the 11-yard line with 45 seconds to go as the clock restarts. And Mountain Home will try to punch it in the end zone for the first time tonight on offense. Their lone score coming from Lauren Wright's 75-yard kickoff return here in the third quarter. This was a 35-0 game at halftime, 28-0 at the end of the first quarter as Kimberly dominated from the get-go. Xavion Parker's going to haul that in and try to stretch towards the goal line, gets down around the 2 or 3 yard line. The 6'4 receiver makes a nice catch. And that's going to bring up second down. Mountain Home actually has a chance to get a first down here around the 1 yard line. But that'll bring us to the end of 3. The score on Magic Valley game night, Kimberly 42, Mountain Home 6. We will take a quick 30-second break and be right back with the fourth quarter of action here on Magic Valley game night.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back for the fourth quarter of action here. IdahoSports.com game streams bringing you Magic Valley game night. And we've got 12 minutes on the clock to go in this football game, which is firmly in control by the Kimberly Bulldogs. Tonight's action between Kimberly and Mountain Home brought to you by Act Towing, Butte Irrigation, Jack's Tire and Oil, and Wright Physical Therapy. Butte Irrigation is a proud sponsor of Kimberly High School athletics. They have been working towards the goals of local farmers and growers in the Magic Valley for more than 38 years. Whether you are in the market for new pivot systems or need special attention to your current system, our staff is on hand at both stores with parts from the top brands and custom design solutions. Please give them a call at 208-423-5220 to set your appointment today. Go Bulldogs. And it's been a great night for the Bulldogs, who get a stop there on 2nd and 1 as Winnings tries to keep that ball up the middle. So we start the fourth quarter. And not much room there, but it's enough for a first down. And they're going to sneak it again, and it's going to be no signal yet. Touchdown, Mountain Home. Gus Winnings keeps it up the middle, punches it in, and the Tigers' offense scores for the first time tonight. To add to that special teams touchdown earlier, and with 11:39 to go in the fourth quarter, Mountain Home gets within 42-12, and they huddle up. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Winnings with Pearson beside him in the backfield. Hands it off to Pearson, straight up the gut. Looks like he gets in, and that is good for 2-point conversion. And it's 42-14 with 11:39 to go. So it took that Mountain Home offense more than 3 quarters to finally score on the offensive side of the ball, but they get it in there to get within 28 with 11:39 to go. You think we have a big comeback on our hands tonight?
Probably not, but it's good to see Mountain Home get on the board.
Tigers have had their share of trials these last few weeks as the injury bug, COVID bug, have hit the team hard. Over in the Minnecash area, the big rivalry tonight, Minico and Burley. Burley led that game 8-0, but it's now 23-8. Minico starting to pull away and wear down the Bobcats, but that game may be closer than a lot of people expected. Burley holding their own. The Bobcats won here in Kimberly last week. Got a good football team, quite a few weapons on each side of the ball. But Kimberly has bounced back from that loss, and they're looking to move to 2-3 tonight. A program that is used to winning started this season 1-3, but they have come out with a lot of focus and energy and heart tonight and jumped out to a 28-0 lead after one quarter, and they have been in control ever since. And they're still up 28 with this 42-12 cushion and 11 minutes and 39 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see here if Kimberly keeps the ball on the ground or goes through the air. And a direct snap there to Parker Stringham, sophomore. Stringham lining up at the quarterback spot. Takes that direct snap and picks up a few, and maybe Kimberly will be content to keep the ball on the ground and milk this clock, which has just over 11 minutes to go. And the Bulldogs facing 2nd and 7 from the 48 of the Tigers. As they look to the sideline, use those wristbands to get the play call from the coaching staff. As they go no huddle most of the night. And that's going to be a quick pass by Stringham to Bear, but it's going to fall incomplete. Couple yards short bounces. And with 10:55 to go, the clock stops on the incomplete pass. 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs here from just past midfield. Beautiful facilities here at Kimberly and great support from this community. This is great game night atmosphere. And these smaller towns in the Magic Valley know how to do it right on game night. Kimberly definitely does a great job putting on a wonderful show here. And that is going to be a fumble, and Mountain Home's going to fall on that. Kind of a spinning pitch play there. Owens trying to toss it wide, and the ball falls to the turf, and Mountain Home recovers. And around the 44-yard line, Mountain Home will take over, and the Tigers starting to get some good news here. They scored on special teams. They've scored on offense. Now they get a takeaway, and we'll see if they can cut this lead a little more. They have 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go to try to make a ball game of this one, and they are down 28. But after a really rough start, they've started to make some plays here as the second half goes on. And another flag and another false start. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the Tigers.
Maybe we could get what happened in the Bishop Gorman High School game tonight, where Mountain Home just recovers like 5 onside kicks in a row and scores every time.
One of the craziest sequences I've ever seen in a game. Weren't they down 20 points with like 2 minutes to go, or minute 6?
Yeah, just over a minute.
Just over a minute to go, came back and won that game. So crazier things have happened. Mountain Home's got plenty of time. 10:50 to go, 28-point deficit. But they got the ball, and they're ready to roll. And Winnings is looking downfield. He's got a man wide open. Parker grabs it at the 20, and he is going to score. Xavion Parker. And a big, big play. 49-yarder.
49 yards and a score for the Tigers.
Nice touchdown pass to Parker of 49 yards. And here come the Tigers. Winnings has got a good arm. He showed that tonight. And now he's starting to connect on more of those. And Parker with so much speed, able to get behind the defense. Xavion Parker, the senior, he's 6'4", 180, a great big target there for the Tigers. And with 10:41 to go, they've cut this deficit to 42-20. And the kick here by Pearson is up and good. That's going to cut the deficit to 42-21. So what was a 42-0 game late in the third is now 42-21 as the home crowd tries to fire up a Kimberly team that is watching its lead evaporate here. Still in control, 3-touchdown cushion. Not time to get too worried, right?
If Mountain Home can get a pick 6 here, they can make it really interesting with about 10 minutes to go.
Because we know all you need is a minute 6 to overcome a 20-point deficit, right?
Yeah, that's how it works in most games.
And I wonder if we'll see another onside kick here. Would not be surprised to see that again. The last one recovered nicely by Kimberly. We'll see if the Tigers can execute this a little better and get a nice bounce as they come out. Trailing 42-21 with 10:41 to go. In a game that's suddenly a little more interesting as the Tigers come to life with 3 straight scores. And they're going to boot this one deep behind the Kimberly receiving team, which had come up close expecting the onside try. Rolls into the end zone and be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Kimberly as they try to close this one out and get a non-conference win ahead of their game against Filer next week. While we have a pause here, we'll remind you that Jack's Tire and Oil is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Established in 1947, Jack's Tire and Oil has earned a reputation for quality automotive and tire service delivered by a professional, friendly staff at an affordable price. Located at 172 Hankins Road South in Twin Falls, Jack's Tire and Oil looks forward to helping you with all of your automotive and tire needs. Find out more by going to jackstireandoil.com. Jack's Tire and Oil is proud to support Kimberly football. Good luck in tonight's game. Owens back to throw, fires down. Oh, wide open Bear, busted coverage. He hauls it in at the 50, and he is going to take that one to the house. And just like that, walking in, no one within 20 yards of him. He got behind the defense, and clearly Mountain Home with a missed assignment, busted coverage there. And that's going to go in as an 80-yard touchdown reception for Gatlin Bear, the sophomore receiver. And that is his 4th touchdown of the night with 10:29 to go in this ball game. I guess that's how you take control after giving up 3 scores. Kick is good. Marlon Rodriguez had a good night on the kicks. He puts another one through. And with 10:29 to go, it is now 49-21 as the fireworks fly here in Kimberly. And that drive took all of 12 seconds. One play, 12 seconds. And boy, you could see Bear running towards midfield and no one near him. And a nice ball by Owens puts it right on him. And he literally walked into the end zone from there. You wonder what happened there for the Mountain Home defense falling asleep there.
Yeah, it looks like the corners anticipated a little too much, and Bear just shot out from behind the defense. And he's a fast kid, as we already know. So after that, there's not much you can do.
He's pretty good at getting behind the defense up that sideline. They love to line him up wide and let him run a lot of those routes straight up the field, just vertical routes. And, boy, 4 touchdowns tonight for Bear. He had a 50-yard interception return to put his team up 20-0, then added a 16-yard catch, a 24-yard catch, and now an 80-yard catch for Bear tonight. 4 touchdowns of the 7 that Kimberly has scored. And the kickoff taken here by the Tigers and wrestled down near the 30-yard line is Xavion Parker, who just had the touchdown for Mountain Home about 20 seconds ago. So lots of scoring here in this 4th quarter. Mountain Home with 21 points on the board. They were shut out for much of the night and have come to life here. Got on the board with a special teams 75-yard touchdown return on a kickoff by Lauren Wright, and that seemed to really spark the Tigers, don't you think, Carter? Really kind of brought them to life after a pretty listless performance tonight up to that point.
Yeah, they just finally had something to feel happy about. And often you can build off of that and start trying a little harder, start having more hope.
And they've definitely turned a corner tonight, but that ball is going to fall out, and they're going to call it incomplete. Parker had it in his hands, but as he turned upfield, broken up there. Looked like Goff may be in on that play there. 10:15 to go. And the clock stops with that incomplete pass to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 31. But just when Mountain Home thought they might make this interesting. That 80-yard score by Bear pushes the score back to 28. As we mentioned, it was 28-0 after one quarter as Kimberly just came out and came out on fire and just really lit up Mountain Home right from the get-go, winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. And you can tell Mountain Home's a little bit bigger on that line, but playing with a lot of heart. And there's that tricky spinning handoff, and it comes around the outside, and a nice run there by number 40, Mason Scoville. It's kind of a fun play. Quarterback spins, fakes the handoff to the running back, then hands it to the receiver who comes around the outside, and it's worked a couple of times tonight for the Tigers. They pick up 9 yards there to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 40. But for a Mountain Home team that's down 28, they've got to score quick, and keeping it on the ground may not get it done as they look to pull off a miracle comeback. 49-21, 10:08 to go. 3rd and 1 from the 40 for Winnings and the Mountain Home offense. He takes the snap. He's back to throw. He's looking long again, and that's going to be overthrown well beyond the receiver and the DB. Bear was out there in coverage. 10:02 to go, and it's 4th and 1. Are you surprised that they take a shot on 3rd and 1?
No, not when it's Mountain Home. They gotta try to get back in this game.
So now they've got a key 4th down. And you remember early in the game, the very first series of the game, Mountain Home had a 3rd and 1, got stopped, went for it on 4th and 1, got stopped. And that stop by the Kimberly defense really set the tone for the whole night as they scored on their first drive, got the stop, scored again, and they've been in control ever since. And the crowd getting fired up on this 4th and 1 play here. Winnings takes the snap, tries to find some room, and I don't think he's going to get there. He gets across the 40, but he had to get to about the 41, and I think he's going to come up a little short if the sticks are right on the sideline. 9:56 to go in this football game, and they're going to say he got enough. Looked like to the naked eye from here that he was at least half a yard to a yard short of that first down, but
yeah, it didn't look that close.
They signal a first down, and Mountain Home will keep this drive alive as the clock rolls. Under 9:50 to go of a 49-21 game between Kimberly and Mountain Home. Winnings keeps it and doesn't get much. If the score holds up and Kimberly wins the game, both these teams will be 2-3 on the season. But it'll be interesting note that Kimberly at 2-3 will probably feel much better with a big win tonight, while Mountain Home will lose their 3rd straight unless they can turn things around. College football tonight, Wake Forest beat Virginia 37-17. So thought that would be a competitive game, and it was not. Virginia comes out to Provo later this year to play that number 15 ranked BYU team. That should be a fun game. Bronco Mendenhall comes back to face his former team in BYU. Well, Jim Clark, head coach of the Tigers, hoping his team could be resilient in the face of so many injuries. And they've showed some heart here in the second half after falling down 42-0. And Winnings is in the pistol with a 3rd and 7 and about 8 minutes to go in the game. He pitches it, and that's not going to go anywhere for James Zabel. Or that was Tyler Pearson. Taylor Pearson, number 32, gets up to the 45 to bring up 4th and 5. And if you're Mountain Home here, you're down 28. There's less than 8 minutes to go in the game. Do you just go for it here, or do you punt it away?
Yeah, you probably just go for it.
And it looks like that'll be the case. No, it looks like they're going to punt. 7:42 to go, and they set up in a punt formation. Oh, they're going to fake it. Oh, and that's going to fall incomplete, and there is a flag. I was going to say there's got to be a flag on that. Parker came out in the pattern on that fake punt and just got smashed into on his route, and an obvious pass interference call and a first down. Turns out you can't tackle the receiver on his route. 7:34 to go with the clock stop and a first down on the penalty for the Tigers. Boy, if you're Kimberly, you had them stopped with a 28-point lead in the ball and a good chance to milk this clock out, and now you got to play some more defense. First and 10, Mountain Home from the 40-yard line of Kimberly. And a quick pass outside and a quick tackle. And fired up there. Nice tackle by Vinny Harlow, number 4. Big play. And there's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. Great play by Harlow. He's made several good defensive plays tonight. Clock nears the 7-minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. And if this score holds up as you expect it to with a 28-point lead, this will be Kimberly's second win over a 4A Great Basin 7 team. Looking long, and that falls incomplete. Nice pass by Winnings, right on the money there. Went through the receiver's hands. Good coverage by the Bulldogs. The quarterback, Owens, was in on that coverage and right there, stride for stride with him as that falls incomplete with 6:45 to go in this football game. Yeah, Kimberly, while they lost at home last week to Burley, they beat Jerome in a rout earlier this year for their only win of the season. And now looking to beat Mountain Home to go 2-1 against 4A programs. And probably favored pretty heavily next week against Filer. Winnings fakes that quick pass outside and then looks downfield, but he is long on that one. Falls incomplete to bring up 4th and 13 with 6:38 to go. And Mountain Home's going to need another fourth quarter miracle. Last time they got a pass interference on a fake punt. What do you think they dial up here?
It looks like they're going to kick it or fake it again.
Parker is lined up outside. We'll see if they actually punt the ball this time or fake it again. And, they kick it, and it goes off the back of a couple players, and it's scooped up there by Laughlin. And Kimberly will take over around the 45-yard line as that kick went right off the back and helmet of one of the upbacks there. And tough break for Mountain Home. 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the football game as Kimberly takes over at the 45. Firmly in control with a 28-point cushion. And a nice run there by Widmeyer on first down. He's bowling over defenders. Race Widmeyer, number 2. Talented senior running back. He's a load of 5'11", 195. Tough runner for the Bulldogs. And 7-yard gain on that first down as the clock runs. And we are hitting the 6-minute mark to go in the football game as Kimberly looking to close this out and get their second win of the season. It's been a frustrating few weeks for the Bulldogs, who are just 1-3. And this is a team that went 9-2 a year ago, so clearly not happy with how they've started. Coaches wanted to try to put guys in better position to succeed, and they've done a good job there. That play, kind of a busted play, bobbled snap by Stringham as he takes the direct snap, but he manages to get up near the first down. It's going to come up just about half a yard short there with 5:28 to go. Third and 1 for the Bulldogs as they are content to use some clock here and finish off this victory. Again, Stringham, the direct snap, and he's got a first down. Up to about the 43 of Mountain Home. And we hit the 5-minute mark with a first down for the Bulldogs. And I'm guessing they are done throwing the ball around the yard tonight. They've done plenty of that. Last touchdown came on an 80-yard pass to Gatlin Bear, who somehow got wide open behind the Mountain Home defense. And walked into the end zone on an 80-yard score to make it 49-21 after 3 straight scores by Mountain Home. Threatened to make this a little more interesting in the 4th. Parker hands it off this time. Stringham hands it off, and that ball may have come out. It's bouncing around. They're going to say that ball was down, but it sure looked like it was loose and bouncing around there for a bit. It'll stay with Kimberly with 4:15 to go. Tough break from Mountain Home. They recovered that ball, and it looked like it was out, but they'll say he was down before that popped loose. John Tetrault makes the tackle there. 4 minutes to go in this football game. An update from Burley. Minico 30, Burley 15. And that's the end of that one over there. Minico wins that 30-15 in that rivalry matchup. And here the pitch goes to Goff, and he doesn't get much of anything there, and will maybe lose a yard. A couple scores of interest around the state tonight. Twin Falls had a 28-10 lead at halftime. No update there. Valley View 54, Caldwell 12, and a blowout there. Idaho Falls leads Pocatello 25-20. Parker Stringham, number 11, is in a QB, and the ball thrown down the field and incomplete. First chance for Stringham to throw it tonight, and just a little bit overthrown over his receiver there. 2:53 to go in this football game, and it's 49-21 Bulldogs as they face 4th and 8. If you're Kimberly with this big lead late, do you go conservative and run it here, or do you go ahead and attack through the air?
Obviously, Kimberly looks like they want to air it out still, but I would just run it. Just try to end the game. It's pretty much over.
2 minutes, 53 seconds on the clock. And Kimberly up 28 points with the football. 4th and 8 from the 40. Stringham turns, throws it wide to Goff. It's going to go off his hands. He's going to chase it down in the backfield and recover it. May have been a backwards pass, and so that'll lose some yards to the 50. And that'll turn the ball over to Mountain Home right at midfield. And the Tigers look to have a Bishop Gorman-style miracle with 2:50 to go. Again, we thank our sponsors for bringing you tonight's game. Act Towing, Butte Irrigation, Jack's Tire and Oil, and Wright Physical Therapy. Thank you to our great sponsors for making Magic Valley Game Night possible on IdahoSports.com. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Mike Christensen alongside Carter Christensen, and we're happy to bring you these ball games each week. It's been a great season thus far. Look forward to many more to come as we get into October next week. And Mountain Home, a little keeper there. And nice run by number 7. That's Caden Sykes, backup quarterback in the football game, and he did a really good job finding some room where there wasn't a lot. Picks up 5 yards. Really showed some shifty moves there for the Tigers. So we hit the 2:25 mark in this game. Been a packed crowd here on homecoming night, and some of them are starting to file out as the clock runs down to 2 minutes, and Mountain Home sets up for 2nd and 5 at the 45. Tigers trying to take a few positives from this second half. Sykes will run it again, and he's going to get the first down, and he is rocked right at the marker. Looked like he had room, but a huge hit there. And he may have marked him just short. Let's see if they gave him the first. No, they're going to say 3rd and 1 with 1:45 to go. So it looked like Sykes was going to get that, and then coming out of nowhere, Bear just rocked him. $1:23 to go. 3rd and 1, Mountain Home. Sykes, the backup QB in the game. He's going to hand that one off, and it goes up the middle, and it's going to break open, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Mountain Home Tigers. And taking it to the house is number 32, Taylor Pearson. The senior running back punches it in with 1:08 to go to get the Tigers within 49-27. And definitely a strong second half for Mountain Home, which fell behind 42-0 before battling back here in the fourth. Didn't have a lot of room there, but really made something happen up the middle, broke a few tackles, and a nice run. And we'll see if Mountain Home goes for 2 here with 1:08 to go. Well, if you're Mountain Home, is there a moral victory of any kind, being down 42-0 and battling back to make this a little more respectable here in the late going?
Yeah, to not just lay down and kind of give up, to come back and put up a good second half with 28 points on the board, showing maybe if they didn't have as many injuries that this probably could have been a better game.
They've definitely showed some heart here and resiliency to battle back after Kimberly took a 42-0 lead. Heath Owens, the senior quarterback, has had a great night. He has passed for 5 touchdowns tonight. And the last of those made it, or the fourth of those made it 42-0 late in the third quarter. His last one put them up 49-21. And the kick is going to go through.
Extra point attempt is good, which is 68 seconds.
And it's 49-28 with 1:08 to go. So if you're Kimberly, do you feel some frustration that you had a shutout going almost through 3 full quarters, and now the floodgates have kind of come open here late?
Yeah, it's always nice to pitch a shutout, but they've still played a great game.
If you're Mountain Home, we've definitely had a few bright spots tonight. James Sable, number 30, the junior, has had a really good game on both sides of the ball. Has made some great plays. And then, of course, Lauren Wright getting Mountain Home on the board with that 75-yard kickoff return really seemed to ignite the Tigers. Winnings added a short touchdown run. Xavion Parker had a 49-yard TD catch. And now Pearson with that long run of about 40 yards for a score. And Mountain Home with 4 scores here in the late going, and they're within 21 with 1:08 to go. And I would imagine we will see an onside kick here as they try to hold out hope for a comeback. And no, that's going to be a deep kick taken by Bear at the 20, and he'll take a knee, dances around for a minute, and kneels it down. And Kimberly likely to come out, hand it off a couple times, and kneel it down a couple times, and take this victory 49-28 with 1:02 to go. We remind you to stay tuned. After the conclusion of the game for our post-game show, we will name our player of the game tonight. Lots of great players to choose from. Kimberly, a lot of stellar performances tonight on both sides of the football. In the trenches, Grant Murphy has done a really good job for this team. And, of course, quarterback Heath Owens, running back Race Widmeyer, and receiver Gatlin Bear have all had big nights. Owens will kneel that one down. And we are under a minute to go. And this clock will just run out as the home crowd applauds the performance of the Bulldogs, who will get to 2-3 on the season, while Mountain Home will fall to 2-3. Next week it's a matchup of Tigers as Mountain Home will host Jerome in conference action, Great Basin 7. And in Sawtooth Central Idaho Conference play, Kimberly will visit Filer, looking to even their record at 3-3. One more kneel down, and that ought to do it, as the clock will run to zeros here in about 20 seconds and do it for us. And the final score is going to be 49 for Kimberly, 28 for Mountain Home, and the home crowd happy to see the Kimberly Bulldogs pull off the victory on homecoming night. And that's going to do it. The final score is 49-28. We will take a short commercial break and be right back with the postgame show.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why
moment.
I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Welcome back to the postgame show here on IdahoSports.com. Kimberly, a big victory, 49-28 tonight, and our player of the game in this homecoming victory for the Bulldogs is sophomore receiver Gatlin Bear. The 6'2 receiver had 4 touchdowns tonight and really set a tone with that pick 6 in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, he had a really good game, really affected the game on both sides of the ball, covering Mountain Home's best receiver and limiting them in the passing game, and having a big night through the air on offense as well.
4 touchdowns for him, and that last one capped the scoring for the Bulldogs just when Mountain Home was making a push late. And so Gatlin Bear is our player of the game. This has been an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Magic Valley, Idaho Game Night. Our major sponsors that make coverage on IdahoSports.com possible include your local Toyota dealer, Toyota Let's Go Places, Valleywide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. We'd also like to thank our local advertisers tonight. Our great sponsors that brought you this great football game: Act Towing, Butte Irrigation, Jack's Tire and Oil, and Wright Physical Therapy. Congratulations again to Gatlin Bear, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Thanks for joining us as the Kimberly Bulldogs defeat the Mountain Home Tigers by a score of 49-28. For my broadcast partner, Carter Christensen, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Mike Christensen, saying so long until next time.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.